return to you live here at Kutcher's, where Keith Providence will be taking on Ernest Mateen in a light heavyweight encounter, and Michael Buffer's in center of the ring. Let's go to him now.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we go to the light heavyweight division. This bout scheduled for 6 rounds. The referee for this contest is Seth Rubenstein. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the gold trunks with red trim and weighs in at 173 1/2 pounds. He's from the Bronx in New York City. His professional record, 9-1-1. Ladies and gentlemen, Dangerous Keith Providence. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he is wearing the gold trunks with red trim, weighing 176 1/4 pounds. From Brooklyn, New York, his professional record, 8-0-1, 4 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, the undefeated Ernest M16 Mateen.
Both informed of the rules in the locker room. Is that correct? Okay, let's have a good, clean fight. Let's touch hands now. Come on, boxing at the bell.
There is Ernest Mateen. Excellent artwork on his head. And he comes in here beating John Spiros last time out. There's Keith Providence, who beat Art McLeod over 8 his last time out of the box. We are set to go here. We begin. As Michael Buffer told you, this is a 6-rounder. We've seen Keith Providence before on a couple of occasions. There are the knockout percentages. Neither man is a huge knockout puncher.
Keith Providence actually was an excellent puncher as an amateur. Won the New York Golden Gloves a couple of times as a middleweight, where he was a very good puncher.
Last week when we had Fermin Chirino on, we were referring to the fact that he was knocked out in 2 rounds by Keith Providence. Keith can punch a bit. No, let me rephrase that. Keith Providence lost to Chirino. He was knocked out by Chirino.
We use that as an example of that Chirino could punch
yes,
a bit.
that's exactly what I meant to say, but it came out the opposite. It's amazing how that happens.
A minor detail.
A small technicality. We're almost halfway through round 1. Mateen is using this ring, what there is of it. We mentioned it's not a big ring.
Does Mateen have a slight facial resemblance to Eddie Mustafa Muhammad? I mean, Matthew Saad Muhammad,
yes,
the former light heavyweight champion.
I agree, very much so. And almost the same kind of chiseled body as well, though not quite as pronounced as Saad's was. A little body work on the inside by Providence. Gets the hook in.
Something about Keith Providence, he has not really been very active in his career. He's been a pro now since '88, and he's only fought 11 times.
Yeah, that is not too much. He's also 28 years old, so good right hand by Providence.
He does not, however, lack for confidence. He told us today that both his favorite fighter and his favorite athlete are himself.
Yes, a healthy sense of self about it.
Also lists his occupation as an entrepreneur. That's pretty good.
He is a man of the 80s, boy.
A Renaissance man. I just wish he'd change his nickname to like Keith Divine Providence or something.
Well, if Chris Berman were here, he would give him that name.
If he hasn't already.
Half a minute left to go in round 1. So they're scheduled for 6.
Meantime, Ernest Mateen is doing very well with his jab against Providence.
He's having himself a nice first round. So round 1 winds to close, and for Ernest Mateen, who's taking a bit of a step up. So far, it's been a nice step. And there is Ernest Mateen heading out with the M16 on the back of his trunks. That's his nickname. Good right hand by Mateen. Providence comes in and he gets nailed with another right. Lands his own.
There Yeah, we've seen pretty close round in terms of numbers, but I had the feeling all along that Mateen was pretty much controlling the action.
Obviously a lot busier and landed a pretty good number of punches.
That is incredible landscaping on the back of Mateen's head. What exactly does that say?
It's hard to tell. It does look, in fact, like a landscape. Left hook gets there by Mateen. Providence coming in as he often does, but sometimes he doesn't tread lightly enough coming in and gets nailed with some big shots.
Well, they were telling Mateen in the corner, let him come to you, he's going to fall right into your right hand. And so far, it worked early in the round. Keith Providence a little bit undisciplined in the ring.
It's always been his problem. Part of the reason why he got knocked out by Chirino. Trying to work on the inside is Providence and landed a couple of shots, but Mateen a little bit more effective.
The thing, again, we should mention with Providence is that he has not been very active. He did fight in January, a decision over Art McLeod. Before that, he hadn't fought with since the Chirino fight, which was 13 months ago.
And Mateen, on the other hand, has had 3 fights in 1992, winning them all. It's John Spiros, Exum Spate, and Kim Wilson.
Actually, we were at that fight where he fought Exum Spate. That was at the Villaroma the night that Kevin Pompey beat Stephen Johnson.
Yeah, that's right. Right hand by Mateen. He's starting, I think, to get Providence's attention with that right hand.
And that time he just drove Providence back a full step with a left right. Oh, a big counter left hook by Providence.
Keith Providence hurting Mateen perhaps for the first time. Lands a right also. Mateen getting into a slugging match with Providence, and it is costing him here in round 2.
But what makes Providence dangerous, Al, that he's a strong fighter, very undisciplined. You don't know where the punches are coming from. He really has a good chin and takes a lot of shots in spite of the Chirino fight. So you never really know. You know, you may think that you have him backing off, and suddenly out of nowhere, boom, comes that left hook.
So in round 2, a round that was going Mateen's way, Providence may have turned it around. So round 2 is just about over with. We'll be back for 3 in this light heavyweight match. Stay with us.
Here's a good look at the punching style of Keith Providence. A little wild, a little undisciplined, but effective at times. You see, he almost slapped with that left hook, but he's still got enough power on Ernest Mateen to drive him backwards.
Good right by Mateen. Hurt Providence. Rocks him back anyway. And the left that Providence landed, I was going to say, didn't look as dramatic on the replay as it did in regular action.
Right. Meanwhile, there's a very short apron on this ring. We've talked about the ring being small, but the apron is also very narrow. And when Keith Providence, he's on his way down.
Uppercut hurts Keith Providence. The point we're making is he may have hurt his foot on the apron.
Yes.
But right now he's got a bigger problem.
And here comes the standing 8 count.
And it counts like a knockdown. In terms of the scoring, the team trying to land that uppercut. Everything he's throwing now is pushing Providence backward.
This fight is very close to over.
Providence had better throw some punches or he is going to be at the end of his evening. Trying to hold
settles down a little bit. He might be able to get him out of there. And that's it.
Well, it's not that you want to quarrel with the referee for stopping it. It was the timing that was bizarre.
Well,
at that point, you don't agree.
No, I do agree. And I was going to say, this is my problem with the standing 8 count. Because if Seth Rubenstein had not stopped there to get the standing 8 count, I have a feeling Ernest Mateen would have ended the fight cleanly right there.
Well, he may well have. What got me, though, was right after they had clinched, and now here is a break point where Providence could get himself back together. No punches were being thrown. Why stop it there? Why not wait?
I just think the psychology of Rubenstein stopping to give the standing 8 count, now he's thinking, all right, if this guy doesn't fight back now, I'm going to stop the fight. And Providence didn't fight back immediately, and boom, the fight's over. I just think it destroys the rhythm of the fight and may also impair the judgment of the referee.
Let's take a look at it. Here's where he was hurt early.
Now this is the part where he slips almost through the apron. In fact, his foot came out right in front of you and me. But I don't think he was injured by that. You know, at first we thought he might have twisted the ankle, but here's the punch that really hurts him. It's that right uppercut by Mateen. Mouthpiece goes out, and then from there, off to the races for Ernest Mateen.
Mateen whacked him with a whole bunch more. A standing 8 count was
even
called for
here,
the foul.
yeah, and right there you can see Keith Providence was holding on and was trying to clear his head, and really the standing 8 count did not. It probably helped Mateen more because it gave him a clear 8 seconds rest rather than wrestling with a fighter like Providence.
All right, let's go for the official announcement to Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Seth Rubenstein stops the bout at 1 minute and 14 seconds of the 3rd round. The winner by TKO, still undefeated now, 9-0-1, Ernest M16 Mateen.
Well, Ernest Mateen gets another win as a pro. Only 1 draw mars his record. He shows us lots of power in the process. We've got a lot more. Don't go away.